attention cause I'm so soon. I can't make no mistakes cause there was just no room. Guess I was made like crutches, strong enough to hold you, strong enough to carry, but I can't think for you. I can't give no input, only what I put in. Tired when I can't be, tired of my foot in, but I care for you. I want better for you, I can only hope that you want better also, cause we in this cycle. Hello everyone. Hello, how are you doing today? Um, this is gonna be a really quick live. So, um, y'all know I try to give y'all all the information on what's going on, what's happening in the world, and the resources that y'all need. Marcia Fudge is the secretary of HUD, and she has put in her letter to resign. But she had some parting words, and she did an exclusive interview with USA Today, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about what she said, and let y'all know. And then at the end of this video, I'm also gonna add in another thing that I'm working on right now that is touching me in a different way. But I'm gonna go ahead and get on to Marcia first. Hi, Monique. How are you today? And listen, y'all, if y'all have not checked out Monique's page, Monique does great art. Y'all should go check out her page. Amazing work. Okay, so it says Washington Housing and Urban Development, which stands for HUD. Secretary Marcia Fudge will step down from her top post in the Biden administration this month. She announced today after a decade of public service, she is retiring. After decades of public service, she is retiring and returning home to Ohio. It's time to go home, Fudge told USA Today in an exclusive interview. I do believe strongly that I'd have done just about everything I could do for HUD, for this administration as we go into this crazy, silly season of election. Fudge has served as the cabinet secretary for 3 years, steering the federal agencies through housing crisis in the wake of C-19. She is the second black woman to head this agency. And boy, is that not something to be excited about. Fudge 71 said after nearly 5 decades in public service, including more than a decade in Congress, she's retiring from public life. Fudge's last day is March the 22nd. Her resignation comes as the campaign season heats up and President Joe Biden, the likely Democratic nominee, is expected to face off again against Republican former President Donald Trump. It says Fudge said affordable housing should be the focus for both Republicans and Democrats. It is not a red or blue issue, she said. Everybody knows that it is an issue on its side, and that everybody should have suitable housing. Fudge said under her tenure at the agency, she's worked to improve its role in supporting families with housing needs, helping people experiencing homelessness, and boosting economy development in the community. Biden agreed. In a statement announcing her resignation, over the past 3 years, she has been a strong voice for expanding efforts to build generational wealth through home ownership, and lowering costs on promoting fairness in American rentals. In a statement, it reads, "Thanks, Secretary Fudge. We've helped first-time home buyers, and we are working to cut the cost of renting. And there is more housing units under construction right now than at any time in the last 50 years." Now, isn't that something to be thankful for? Telling you, this lady is doing everything that she set out to do. Um, Now y'all remember I told y'all that HUD is getting some more stuff out for people that want to be first time home buyers. Fudge vows not to run again. Don't look at me to ever be another ballot, on another appointee or anything like that, she said. I really do look forward to being a private citizen. Fudge is among only a few highly profile members of the Biden cabinet to step down. Um, I really, I mean, I know she's older and she's ready to retire, but I hope it's not something else that happened. She was later elected in the U.S. House and served as a chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. In 2019, she chaired the House Elections um, Subcommittee, holding hearings and voting rights across the country. Fudge says she's never intended to stay in Washington. She voted in Ohio and has it has her home there, but the opportunities to head HUD felt right. I'm glad she did because she has done a lot for HUD. This is where God wanted me to be. Despite threats of massive evictions after the pandemic, the agency budgets cuts, Fudge took on the job as HUD secretary in 2021. I believe that where God wanted me to be at that time, and I was obligated and honored to go. Representative James Claiborne initially pushed for Fudge at architectural secretary, but said she had experience as a lawyer and a mayor, also gave her credentials to lead HUD. She did an incredible job, and Fudge met several times with grassroots activists in her state. I heard from people all the time about the visits that she made and how she connected with people who were affected by these decisions. So, y'all, um, right now it's not saying anything is gonna change. We just got to wait and see who comes in, who's gonna be the head of this department. Um, Her last day is March the 22nd. It shouldn't slow nothing down that she already has in work. And she did say that she was leaving a legacy behind that she wants to increase funding for the homeless and also for first time home buyers so that the process could continue to keep getting people into housing. My second thing I wanted to talk to everybody about is I'm not for sure if y'all watched Sanaa Garda um TikTok or YouTube or whatever. She has been trying to help this man, Alonzo. She calls him Unc. And she did a GoFundMe for him. And GoFundMe essentially, after this girl has raised over 400 and some $1,000, okay, has essentially put her account on lock. And it's not releasing it, and she had to actually get an attorney. Now, this girl was spending money out of her own pocket. She's maxed out her credit cards to help this man who has cancer, who was homeless on the streets of DC. She's just been doing what she can. Her parents said she's always been like that. And she's always been giving back to people. But essentially, they're getting the runaround. And even her attorney is getting the runaround. Now she does have a TikTok and now she has a YouTube she's starting. I really want to, get in touch with her and see if there's anything I can do to help out with this process. And I'm gonna keep on praying. They came out with a story that this man was violent back in the day, and they put his criminal history out from way back when. And we all know that everybody has fallen a time or two in their life. You know, whether it was criminal, whether it was a simple slip, whatever the fall was, we've all fallen down. Nobody's perfect. Um, with that being said, this man doesn't feel like he's that type of person now. Whether it be that, he changed doing his because he, served time in prison. So whether it be that he changed when he went to prison, or whether it be that, with this cancer going on, life is too short for him to be worried about anything else. I say all that to say we don't give up on people just because they had a slip or fall or whatever, because God didn't give up on us when we slipped and fell. Um, and so I want to make sure that this little girl's image is this young lady's image, because she's not a little girl. This young lady's image is not tainted by helping somebody. Because we all know when we're younger, we're led by the choices that we lead and the results that we get. And I want her to have a successful result with this man so she continues to give back. Because my motto over here, each one reach one, each one teach one. When God leads you to do something, it's not, you're not doing it for getting anything back, no recognition or nothing. And I feel like people sometimes use you, and I just want to make it known that just because this man had you know he made his mistakes, true enough, but if this man has served his time, he's paid his debt back for those mistakes that he made. He should have a fighting chance. And to know that this man has prostate cancer and is going through the stuff that he's going through. And this young lady is a college student. She's putting all this stuff on her credit card. She doesn't have a job. She's not making millions and thousands. She's just now seeing the world. And to know that so many mean people was telling her to give up on this man, to let go, and she keeps telling people that she don't believe he's that type of person. She heard the story. She said she took a minute to process it because she heard about it when we all heard about it. But she took that minute to process it. She talked to God and she said, God said, you keep going. And I just do not want the negative people in this world that feel like one mistake should hold us down. Because if you think back to one of your mistakes that you made, or one of your failures that you made, what if nobody else gave you a second chance after that? What would you be? What if somebody thought you wasn't able to be saved after you made your first fall? Where would you be? We have to be careful that we don't judge people too harshly. And that when we actually are trying to do something for somebody else, that we lead by example. And I would rather lead by example and know that I'm doing the right thing and fail than to not try at all. And so I want this young lady to be successful. I'm going to reach out to her and try to get in touch with her and see if there's anything I can do on my end to help out with the situation, because I really do want to help her out. I know she's trying to get him IDs and stuff like that. And there are companies that probably will help her out with that. And I could even send her the money if she needed to get his stuff situated or whatever. I just need to check with her to see how can I be of service to her, because 20 and 21, those are your impressionable years. And so um later on today, probably right after this live, I'll post it on my community page, her TikTok, her YouTube. Y'all go over there, shower her with some of that love. You know what I'm saying? Just let her know she's not alone in this walk of faith with her. Anything you can do. And we got to learn to each one of us to look out for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know when we're gonna need somebody, when we're gonna fall, and we're gonna need somebody to pick us up. So that's pretty much it for this live. I'm sorry I had to make it heavy with that one. It's been touching me, and I've been following this little girl, and I've been seeing this light in her, and I don't want her to lose that light. She got her an attorney to try to get, you know, this stuff together, and the Shade Room actually did a really good report on it. I'm gonna post that video in my community post right after this live, so y'all can go over there and look at it. Where they actually talked to the lawyer, they didn't talk to GoFundMe, and they actually talked to Sanaa. So I hope that everything works out for her, and I hope that everything works out for Alonzo, who she calls on. Um, we can't let our past define our future. God didn't leave, He didn't put us here to leave us. When He said we all gonna have sins, and that Jesus was gonna die for our sins, that's what He meant. And He's a forgiving God. All He says, you come to Him and trust in Him, and He'll forgive you, and He'll straighten your path. And so I'm gonna continue to pray that He straightens Alonzo's path, that he'll be healed in the name of Jesus, and whatever He see fit, whatever God's plan is for Alonzo will be done. And whatever His plan is for Sanaa in Alonzo's life will be done. I want y'all to have an amazing evening. Stay blessed. Stay happy. Continue to grow. And until next time, I hope y'all all will be blessed like me. Talk to you later. Bye.